friends, welcome to Cooking with Denise. Today we're going to have a lobster delicious dinner for my Valentine sweetheart. I am serving up lobster risotto. And this is also a collaboration day. We will be making Food of Love. So look for the hashtag, but I have all of the other collaborators listed below in the description. So let's start working with this critter and making ourselves some delicious lobster risotto. Let's start this meal of love by boiling our water. Now we want our water to come to a good rolling boil, and I've put my lid on it to allow it to boil faster. Now we're going to cook our lobster for about 8 minutes. Mine is 1.5 pounds. If you've got more like a 2-pounder, 2.5 pound, you might want to cook it for more like 10 minutes. When you go to pick your lobster out, make sure you get one that's very lively. This one was lively in the store, but he's been sitting in my sink for a couple of hours now. So he's not as active as he was earlier. He put up a good fight when the lady tried to get him out of the tank. Our water has come to a rolling boil. So what we want to do now is to grab this guy and lid ready. And let's put him in here head first. Down in the water, good. There we go. And we're going to want to keep him in here boiling for 8 minutes. After you've boiled your lobster for 8 minutes, you want to take him out and drain him and let him cool some. And then let's break into his shells. Put him on here. He's liable to be a little messy. See? Okay. I'm going to start right here. And I'm just going to cut down through the center. Cut his little leg off there. You could do this with a knife or scissors. I'm going to pull this off. Now this is toxic. You don't want any of that. Or it could be eggs, but whatever. I'm going to rinse that off. Now here's the egg part. That other was that toxic part. So I'm going to get rid of that also. And now I'm going to take this and just pull it like so. And pull this baby out. Let's get rid of this part. I'm going to save my shells and turn it into broth. I'm going to put it back in that water and boil some more. And I'm going to take these off. You just have to twist them a little. Take all the legs off. And I want to break these legs a little. Let's get more flavor. Now what we want to do, now these are sharp and spiky, but you should be able to grab a hold without touching that. And let's crack that boy. Before I removed, wish I had my regular crackers. Oh, I might have a nutcracker in there. And you can get that to pull out whole. So this is a nutcracker in a pick, and so I'm going to use it. Okay, now for this boy. You can pull this back, let the water come out, and sometimes you can yank it right and get something out of there. I didn't do it right, but there's the meat from there, and I'm going to try. Whoa! He hit the floor. See if this will work better. Yeah. There. Now then, I should be able to pull this out whole claw. There. Perfect. I'll just go on and do the same thing here and come back to you. Be my Valentine and subscribe to Cooking with Denise. Okay, so let's cut our lobster up into pieces. Some of the claws that I pulled out and didn't do such a great job, but we want it into bite-sized pieces. Want to be able to tell that we're eating lobster. Now, this is going to be for 2 people. I have like a cup and a half of lobster here. If you're going to be serving more than 2 people, you're going to want about 2.5 cups of lobster. Okay, and I'm going to save this pretty claw for decoration on our dish. Okay, back in here, set it aside until later. Now I am boiling my shells from the lobster, and I'll do that for about an hour now, and I will use that water in making our risotto. Okay, I'm going to take my handy dandy iron skillet and warm it up. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of oil in. Now I have taken 1 onion and chopped it into small pieces, so I'll add that to my skillet. A half a cup of chopped carrot, and I've cut these into small pieces. A half a cup of chopped celery, again cut into small pieces. And what we want to do is cook these until they soften. Now, as you can tell, I've let my vegetables get a little too hot and a little browned on their edges. I didn't want to do that. But let's check the carrots and see if they're cooked through. Spoon out one and see if it's soft enough. I want it to cook a little bit longer. I want that to be soft. And I'll take about 3 cloves of garlic, and let's just press those. It makes it pretty full. There it goes. Then stir that around. Get the fragrance. And let's remove our veggies. We want to set these veggies aside for later. Now I'm going to add about a tablespoon of oil and a tablespoon of butter. For our risotto, we want to use a carnarola rice, which is a risotto rice, or there are other types that make good risotto rices, but this one really is your best one for risotto, because we want it starchy. And we do not want to rinse our rice, because we want to keep that starch on it. What we're going to do here is toast our rice. So I'm going to add about a cup. Now stir that around, just letting it toast. Now here my rice starting to pop a little bit. And I can see it starting to brown. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a cup of white wine, dry white wine. I'm using a Chardonnay. And we'll scrape the bottom, get the goodies off of the bottom. And we're going to let that alcohol cook out. I'm going to keep stirring this occasionally. I'm going to go on and add some freshly ground pepper. Some salt. And a pinch of saffron that I've crumbled up. Crunched up, whatever you want to call it. And keep coming back and stirring it from time to time. Now I have a bottle of clam juice, and I'm going to use that and then add from my seafood broth that I'm making out of my lobster shells for any more liquids I might need. So I'm going to slowly add this. Okay, I've brought my broth over that I've been making. Yeah, that's a good way. I'm going to give me a spoon and take a taste of this. It's starting to reach some creaminess. I want it to get a little creamier. I want to see what the risotto feels like. Because we don't want it to turn to mush. No, it needs to cook longer. Okay, so the risotto is becoming close to getting cooked. So I'm going to go on and add the vegetables back in. Let's add another ladle of broth. What it usually takes is about 3.5 to 4 cups of liquid. So we had 1 cup of wine, we had 1 cup of clam broth, clam juice, and I expect we're having already had about 1 cup, maybe even on into 2 cups of our seafood broth. I can tell the rice is getting cooked. Those juices are getting creamier and creamier. Let's taste it again. Almost there. I'm going to add another ladle of broth. Now then, let's add about 3/4 cup of grated Parmesan. And you don't want your risotto to get totally dry. You do want some liquid in it. You want it so when you put it on the plate, you can put it on in a pile, but it does spread out. Okay, now I'm going to put my lobster back in just to heat it up. I'm going to hold this claw meat out, put the rest of the lobster meat in. As you can tell, I only have about 1.5 cups. You probably want more than that. 2 cups would be most desirable. This is going to be delicious. Okay, I'm going to go get my things together and plate this up. Well, folks, here we have it. Our lobster risotto. Oh, doesn't it look delicious? Let's give it a try. Perfect. The risotto is cooked till it's soft, but not mushy, and that's important. And the lobster's so tender, and the flavor is just enormous. You really should make this for your Valentine sweetheart. I'm sure they will appreciate it. And join me in a toast to the other collaborators on these Valentine Food in Love. Here. May you have a happy Valentine. Bye now. Be my Valentine and subscribe to Cooking with Denise. Thanks for watching. Happy Valentines.